So the Roland SP-404 MK2 is here. The MK2 is a huge step up from the OG SP-404. It's just a much more diverse and fluid instrument in general. The OG 404 was kind of clunky, especially in terms of composing within the instrument itself. So that was almost a decade ago, I think 2012. Don't quote me on that. There are other machines out there that can do almost everything that the 404 can do, but there is one element that is totally unique and in my opinion the most important part of the SP-404, and that of course is multi-effects. The MK2 is the 404 on steroids when it comes to multi-effects, and today we will be deep diving into how much flexibility you actually have using them. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this beast. Today's sponsor is DistroKid. They are one of the most affordable and the most social media compatible music distribution company on the planet. I wanted to tie this sponsorship into something different today, so we'll be focusing on gaining the confidence to release your own music onto official platforms like Spotify. I'm sure that some of you out there that just have tunes sitting on your hard drive collecting digital dust. And so I'll be encouraging you to release and distribute those tracks later in this video. All right, so lo and behold, we have the SP-404 MK2 in front of us, so crisp, so clean. There are several ways to use this instrument. A common way is to take full-on master tracks and upload them onto these pads, and then add multi-effects afterwards. This is the primary way that I myself have used the 404 in the past. So how would you do that? Through the Roland SP-404 MK2 app. Of course, I'm connected directly into my computer via USB right here. It's extremely easy to navigate through this app. Like I said, I work with full-on master tracks quite a bit, so I would just drag and drop into one of these pads. One awesome thing to take note of is that the app auto-detects the tempo of your tracks or samples. So if you're using effects like delay or anything you'd want to be auto-synced, the app does that for you. The 404 is kind of a step closer to being an MPC because now it has 16 pads, a lot more room to work with. So maybe you want to upload a kit like this. I have my drums down here and my samples up here. It's also important to note that multi-effects behave and act differently depending on how you're using the SP-404. So we will be taking a look at both of these workflows, so using full-on master tracks, like DJ style basically, or composing using individual pads and samples like what you just heard. Let's go through a simple navigation of the basic effects, which are these here: filter, drive, resonator, delay, isolator, DJ effects, looper. So I'll play a track and all you have to do is click on the effects you want to use. So unlike the OG 404, this one's a lot more visual. You could actually see what you're doing numerically. Right off the bat, we have another new feature. Some of these effects actually have a second page of parameters. So let's check out filter, drive, second page, delay, second page, isolator, just one page, DJ effects looper, just one page. So to get to that second page, all I'm doing is pressing enter, this button here, while I'm on the effects. So how do you navigate through multi-effects? All you have to do is hit the multi-effects button and scroll like this. There's a total of 32 multi-effects. So like I said, this one is on steroids. Another way to navigate through multi-effects, you could just hit the multi-effects button and choose which one you want this way. One tricky thing, you have access to the first 16 using the multi-effects button, but if I want to access the second 16, I hit multi-effects, DJ effects looper, and now I have the second 16 right there. I would say that selecting with a pad is the most efficient way of navigating through multi-effects. But the thing here, my friends, is that you'd have to memorize which numbers are which multi-effects. So it takes a little bit of practice in memorizing, but not so bad. A lot of these effects are brand spanking new, and some of them are repeats of the OG 404. We also have the legendary 303 vinyl sim right here as well, which just makes me so damn happy. Hopefully this effects alone drives the price of the 303 down, because it's just getting out of hand at this point. By the way, if you're curious about how each and every one of the effects on the SP-404 MK2 sound, that's a video for you. Let's talk about reassigning effects to different pads. Some people like to have their 4 or 5 go-to effects that they use religiously, and that's it. So in that case, it might be easier to reassign these buttons to different effects, which you can do. Another new feature. Wow! Hit Shift and E effect setting and then scroll over to direct. From there, you could scroll around and choose which effects you'd like to assign to which pad. You can see that the one that's armed flashes as well. So let's say I wanted 303 vinyl sim assigned to the filter and drive pad. So I could just click on that and scroll on over. There it is. Done. I'm gonna get out of this. Let's try it out. And there it is. In my opinion, I think this might actually get a bit confusing because the pad says one thing, but it does another. It wouldn't be that much more effort to just memorize the multi-effects and navigate this way, right? So just jumping from one pad to the next. But if you want, reassigning is an option and it's there. Another game changer with the 404 is the bus effects. So this button right here. This here is major. I would argue the most important addition to the MK2. So you've got 2 buses that you can navigate to on the fly by just hitting the bus effects button. You can see that it jumps back and forth. So here it says bypass, which means that nothing is armed. If I want to just jump over there, add a multi-effects, scatter, whatever. There it is. If I want to disarm it, disarm. Same with this one, disarm. So it's very quick. So this is awesome, but it doesn't end there. You have another 2 buses to work with. Hit Shift and E effects setting, and from there you have the favorite tab. If you scroll through, you have preset effects for buses 3 and 4. So these are actually stock presets. And if you want to scroll further down, you have a few that are bypassed completely. So these are the ones that you could program your own effects onto. I'm going to play a track and try a few of these out. Kind of cool. Nope. I like the first one. It's quite subtle. From there, you can of course go in and tweak each of these effects. So I'm going to play the track again, and I'm going to tweak some effects from here. Let's go down. Give it some juice. That's better. So this is the simpler way of using the effects on the 404 MK2. Seeing as you're just dealing with one full master track on one pad at a time, we're gonna switch it up to an individual pad workflow, and I'm gonna show you how to use effects that way. So let's jump back to this kit here. So I'm going to arm these buses with effects that are very obvious to demonstrate this clearly. So reverb, a very long reverb perhaps. Awesome. For bus 2, I'll choose tape echo. There it is. Are you ready for this? I'm able to isolate which pads I want my effects to be on. So this is another major update, and can you believe it? So for example, I want to make sure that all of my pads are white, which means that there is no effects on them. So I'm going to do that, hit remain, and then choose all the pads that you want to disarm at this point. So these are my drums. We're currently on bus 2, so now I'm going to hit remain and choose all of the drums. And we have tape echo on the drums. It sounds kind of gnarly, but just to show you how it works. Notice that these pads are still white, which means that they are not armed, they're clean, there's no effects on them. Together. So green means that bus 2 is armed. Let's go back to bus effects, bus 1. I'm gonna arm the drums with reverb now. Right, so now we have both effects just on the drums, and these are still clean. Together. Whoa, Mario vibes? Mario Kart 64? Farm level? No, I'm thinking of the credit screen on Mario 64. Anyone else getting that? I'll give you a different example, so I'm gonna hit remain, disarm these again, so now the drums are clean once again. I'm gonna head back over to bus 1, hit remain, and add effects to all of these pads. Let's get real nuts here, so shift EFX setting. I'm gonna head back over to a really drastic favorite. Okay, so we'll go with that. Right, so same thing, the drums are still clean. And if I want to arm the drums as well, I'm going to hit remain and... Right, so now everything is affected. Doesn't sound great, but you get the point. This is a killer tool if, let's say, you have a live set and you want some pads to be affected and others not to be affected. Same difference if you're doing like a finger drumming thing and you want different effects on different pads. SP-404 effects, madness overload! If you're watching this video, chances are that you produce your own music. Do you have a hard drive of tunes that are nearly finished? So let me tell you an inspiring story. There's an acquaintance of mine who was sitting on a tune for months. It was just there in his hard drive. He didn't want to release this tune because he thought that it wasn't him, it didn't represent him as an artist. After his friends convincing him, he released the tune, and 5 million streams later, he's a happy camper. It completely changed the direction of his career for the better, obviously. So open up those nearly completed sessions, finish them up, and release them to official streaming platforms. You never know what could happen. I use DistroKid religiously. They are, in my opinion, the most current option around. Very social media friendly and full of free promotional tools to help you with your releases. If you haven't already, sign up. There is a 7% discount link in the description of this video. All right, well, I think that's enough to get you started. So I feel like you've got the basics. I've sort of passed the baton on to you guys, and you could do what you want with it. If you guys have any comments or ideas about the SP-404 MK2, let me know in the comments of this video. Also, what do you think of the instrument? Like, are you glad that it's finally here? Do you like what you hear? I'm actually really curious about what you guys think of it. Reminder, I've released a very thorough video going through all of the sounds of the SP-404 MK2, as in all of the multi-effects. It's very thorough, link for that in the description as well. That's a very important part of the instrument. It could be a deal breaker for many of you, so go check that out. If you're interested in buying, there is a Perfect Circuit purchase link in the description as well. Lots of description stuff today. If you end up purchasing using those links, I receive a small commission from that sale at no extra charge to you. So it's kind of like a win-win for both of us. That's it for today, guys. Hope to see you soon. Hope that you subscribe. I'm really happy about this, and I hope that you guys are having a happy day as well.